Asgard!
Get the popcorn out. He's gonna do a speech.
See what's happening here. You're afraid. Scared.
Oh no.
Anxious.
Thor!
My friends, times like this, we need to unite, come together. I'm sorry, Meek. It's very hard to give a rousing speech with the noise.
Oh, God. We're gonna die.
Thor, this is my vow. All gods will die.
That seems a bit dangerous.
This ends here and now!
Giant goats!
Look at those! They are wonderful!
Yes, they are. They also scream quite a lot.
Welcome back, everyone. We have a brand new Thor Love and Thudner trailer video, so we'll break it all down. There's a bunch of new Easter eggs, a bunch of new footage, especially of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos, because the movie's going to be dropping really soon. We're doing a giveaway for IMAX tickets for the movie. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and just post all your predictions for the movie on the video. This trailer mostly focuses on Thor trying to rally everybody in Asgard, like forming his new Revengers or forming the Revengers 2.0, because it seems like Gorr has already attacked, and now he's in the version of New Asgard's town hall, or like the throne room where Valkyrie normally holds court and makes all of her decisions. One of the other brand new things that's actually really cool is Omnipotent City. They confirmed that they have Omnipotent City in the movie. This is right out of the Gorr comics, and I'm wondering if this is actually going to be a version of just regular Omnipotent City, or if they're combining this with some aspects of the film. In the trailers, we have all these scenes that seem like they've been at a version of Olympus in the MCU, which seems like it's Zeus's version of Asgard. In the MCU version of the Greek gods exists kind of like the Asgardians do. But the whole thing with Omnipotent City in the comics is that it's actually basically a city of the gods built by the old gods. But in the grand history of the MCU timeline, like you remember the Loki series, we saw the entire sacred timeline. So you have to imagine like at the very beginning of that, what you call the elder gods existed like the original gods of gods. Like Chthon is the god of chaos. He's the person who's responsible for Scarlet Witch becoming the Scarlet Witch, getting her chaos magic when she was born. They reference him with the Darkhold Temple during Doctor Strange 2. He is one of the elder gods. They're like a race of gods that existed millions and millions of years ago, but they're not like the original elder gods. There are gods that are even older than that. What happened billions of years ago is that this race of elder gods fought this god-tier version of Avengers Endgame with each other, and it almost destroyed all of reality. A bunch of them died off, but eventually they called a truce, and to mark their truce, they created Omnipotent City, which was meant to be a place of fellowship for all other gods that would eventually come after them. And the way they explain gods being born or gods being raised up later on in the timeline is that gods can have children, they can have progeny, but when they pass their power on, the gods that come after them are a little bit weaker. So gradually over time, you have these really, really ancient, original elder gods having their children either dying off, passing their power along, and the gods slowly become weaker and weaker and weaker. But over time, there are more and more and more of them. They start to proliferate around all these cultures around the universe. So each culture has their own pantheon of gods eventually. Well, during the Gorr the God Butcher storyline, Thor winds up traveling to Omnipotent City to try and get information on all the gods of the universe and find out what's going on, because he learns that Gorr is going after all the gods. So Omnipotent City is sort of like this center of information about all god-related things inside the universe. And even though they're changing some of the Gorr storyline for the movie, like it's a bit of a speedrun version of the Gorr storyline, when he goes to Omnipotent City, he just finds all this destruction in his wake, and there are a couple gods that have survived, and they kind of inform him what's going on. But now I'm also wondering if when Jane Foster goes and sees all the statues of the cosmic entities, I've already done a video about all of them, so I'll link it below in the description, if that's happening in Omnipotent City, because it seems like that's the place that would happen. Like if they're going to have a place that's going to reference all the most powerful cosmic entities in the universe, it would probably be at Omnipotent City. But for instance, when they're having their MCU version of the Godhead here, which is like all the most powerful gods all meeting with each other, we thought that it was happening at Olympus, but this actually might be happening at Omnipotent City. So they might be combining those things in the movie just to sort of speed run through some of this plot. You see a lot more footage of them attacking the guards. They all seem like they do bleed gold, and I think that is right out of mythology, that the Greek gods bleed gold. That's why you would see Valkyrie just covered in gold fluid, because she's cutting through all these guards. You see all of them standing in the background here, just kind of listening to him. Jane Foster has already become a version of female Thor, because this is happening after Gorr's first attack. So he's already learned about the big twist with her getting the power of Mjolnir and it reforming. Valkyrie also seems like she's wearing a Phantom of the Opera t-shirt, which might sort of play into the whole idea of tourism at New Asgard. There's the new scene of Meek wearing that animatronic suit so that he can walk around and just act like a normal person, being an assistant, like he's dressed as if he's some sort of executive assistant to Valkyrie. You see he's drawn versions of Asgard and Mjolnir here. And if you didn't see before, on the left-hand frame, you can actually see what the guards in New Asgard are wearing now. Like, this is just like a regular guard. These are the new uniforms that Valkyrie has them in. They have a really cool scene of the Guardians of the Galaxy on a completely different planet having an adventure. This just probably plays in with the montage early in the film, just to let you know what Thor has been doing this whole time. Then this shot is just meant to be like another hero shot early in the film before Thor has lost all the weight. Like, you see them walking, he's got his old armor on, and you see Kraglin in the background wearing Yondu's fin. If you remember, at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Yondu had left that to him in his will, basically. We'll probably see him doing that again during Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He is in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You also notice that Groot is still teenage Groot. I think they've been saving him becoming like the full-size alpha version of Groot until Guardians 3. But I think when he grows back, he will be like the biggest, baddest, craziest version that you've ever seen of Groot. Then they just released a brand new featurette with a bunch of new footage. You see scenes of Jane going back to Omnipotent City, working more in these tunnels here with all the statues of the big cosmic entities. This scene of him trapped in this cage seems like it's attached to this part of the movie here, where you see in the background there's this giant nebula. This seems like the movie's version of Gorr's God Bomb. However, they've changed that part of the comic for the movie. It's just like his plan to speed everything up and kill all the gods in one fell swoop. It's like Thanos going from balancing every single planet one at a time to using the Infinity Stones to balance the entire universe in one fell snap of his fingers. Because of the way they're using Zeus in the movie too, a lot of you have asked, is Zeus or Odin more powerful? Like, who is the most powerful god? Who's the most powerful pantheon? Technically in the comics, the way they played it is that Odin, with the Odin Force, is meant to be more powerful than Zeus ultimately, but the way the movie's using him, I think that they're trying to hype up Zeus, like show how powerful he is. He accidentally flicks too hard, and they want to show him flicking like he's barely using any power, and it's still that powerful, to help hype up Gorr the God Butcher's strength when he eventually rolls in and kills all these gods, or most of these gods. I think we're all in agreement that's why Valkyrie has his lightning bolt, because Gorr has killed him, or most of his pantheon at least. Everyone pour one out for Russell Crowe's Zeus. I also think that's why he's so ridiculous. Like, they also want Gorr to feel kind of sympathetic so that you're cheering him on while he's killing a lot of these gods, because a lot of the MCU gods are terrible. Just look at Khonshu. Even though they're hiding in an alternate dimension, eventually Gorr would gain enough power to go get them too. They also have all those scenes where Chris Hemsworth says that in the movie, Thor is trying to find his grand cosmic purpose. Like, he's not sure what he's supposed to do with all of his power now that he knows that he is a god, truly. Like, they have this funny scene here where he's sitting under the tree and it seems like Mantis and Star-Lord have come to try and get him to help out with the battle. Like, please, Thor, don't start a self-help podcast. We don't need another podcast. Ant-Man already has his podcast. That's right, according to the Miss Marvel episodes, Ant-Man now has a podcast where he talks about Avengers stuff. I think the whole idea with Thor is that they're just trying to push him in a more cosmic direction. Like, there have been versions of the Cosmic Thor storyline in the comics more recently. A while ago, they did the Rune King Thor storyline. It's the same basic concept. Thor becoming even more powerful and adopting a more cosmic role in the universe just in general. Being more like Odin wanted him to become. Taika Waititi also said that the Jane Foster version of Thor isn't meant to be like a replacement for our regular version of Thor. So it's not like he's going away and she's coming in to replace him or anything like that. And I think if anyone's going to be permadying during the film, it's just Gorr mowing through a lot of these other lesser tier gods. Like, he's going to wind up killing a bunch of them off. But what's going to happen is I'll do more videos for the movie as they release more trailers, and obviously the movie's coming out in a couple weeks, so I will do full videos like I do for all the regular Marvel movies. What'll happen is I'll name a giveaway winner in one of my next Marvel videos. They just dropped a brand new Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2 trailer. I'll do a video for that next, and then my Obi-Wan Kenobi finale video will post. There's a whole bunch of really big stuff coming up, so make sure you enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss all that. Everyone click here to learn about all those cosmic entities in Thor Love and Thudner. They're all really cool, and click here for my brand new Stranger Things trailer. I'll update the link as soon as I post that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.